Good morning, everybody. So we're back on here again, just sharing yet again some wonderful testimonials from our business builders, what they've been doing with the patches. Just let me make absolutely sure that I am in the right group, which I am. Great. Okay, perfect. And today we've got Letitia de Graaf. She is all the way from Knysna. So Letitia has been with Lifewave for a little while, and she's used the patches. So I'm going to introduce her quickly. Letitia, good morning.
Hi, Mandy. Nice being here.
So you've been using the patches, I think it's about a year, a little over a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is just over a year.
Okay, so you started using some of the patches, and tell us a little bit about how you found them. We also know that you've struggled with a few things. So take us back to like kind of the beginning when you started using the patches and a little bit around your results that you had with the patches.
Sure, Mandy. I was diagnosed with lupus about 7 years ago, which on its own had lots of complications. And as you know, it's an autoimmune and it works on every single organ in your body. So my brain, I had a stroke 7 years ago, and I battled to concentrate, number one. I was on antidepressants, mood stabilizers, not really for being depressed, but just to help the neurons and everything in the brain. But that sort of really didn't make me feel well. And most of the time I was incapacitated. I was basically in bed. And then I started using Aeon, and all of a sudden my mind became clearer. Number one, I was taken to hospital to do a scan because obviously after the stroke I was having stress. And the neurologist couldn't believe it. She said to me, I cannot believe how much you improved, and you're not having half as many seizures during the day and in the evening. So I could drop my epileptic medicine to the bare minimum. And then I started using the carnosine, and that gave me so much energy that at least I could spend more days out of bed and I had more energy, and I started walking. And now I'm walking like 6 kilometers a day. And then the X39 I started using after I used the carnosine and the Aeon. I must say the glutathione made me very sick in the beginning. I phoned you a couple of times and you said you understand, because that was detoxing me from all the drugs. I mean, every 6 months I was having methotrexate. I was permanently on plasmaquine, which is the malaria meds, which made my hair fall out, and yeah, at one stage I thought I was getting a wig. The X39 really helped me. It's absolutely amazing. My skin started changing, my hair started growing back. I think this is the longest I've had my hair in years. So yeah, I hope that Lifewave is the way to go.
And I know too that you've also got some people in your business that have been using the patches as well. So any great testimonials coming from their side of things that really helped them when they were using some of the patches?
Yes, well, one that stands out was my mom. And funny enough, she had an abscess in her mouth. And I said that she must just use the X39. And a couple of days later, when she went back to the dentist, the abscess was gone and it saved her teeth. Sure, I've got so many. I've got one of the ladies that was really very, very sick on her stomach. She battled quite a bit. And 2 years later, when she went for an operation, she realized that she had a growth, but the growth malignant, and really it was because of her using the X39 and all the other patches. I've had people that have torn their shoulder muscles, a bodybuilder, a weightlifter, and yeah, as soon as he put the X39 on, in a couple of days later, he went back to training. A lot of the golfers here, where I stay on the estate, they do not go without the X39 for their lower backs, because they just say their backs get so sore playing, you know, the movement, you being a golfer yourself. And they do not go without having a patch on the back when they play. So it really is remarkable. And you can see, even when people use the X39, their skin, the texture of their skin changes, you know. So
yet again, we're sharing this amazing technology this morning because, you know, I think, I know for us, and I know that some of my clients as well, many clients, we've got loads and loads of testimonials from around the world. But I think South Africans are as such that we want to hear us. We want to hear South Africans having improvement. We want to hear that there are actually people that are physically getting improvement. You know, you get all these big companies that have all of this hearsay, and very often people say to me, yeah, but you know what, Mandy, they can write those testimonials themselves. And I think, you know, we look at the patch and we think, oh, you know what, it's too good to be true. And sometimes when we even look at these little patches and we think, you know, really, that's going to do something, this little, and then when I say to people, you know, and it doesn't give you anything, then they go, so what is it going to do? You know, we're so programmed to believe that our bodies have to get something for us to really start getting better. And you know what's nice about your testimonial, Letitia, is because of your autoimmune. I mean, Letitia, let me tell you that I know Letitia has been through some really, really bad bouts where she has landed up in hospital ready to almost leave the planet because she just cannot, her body's just switching off totally, and starting her patches, then again her patches just absolutely get her body going, transforming her body. So, you know, yet again, we always say it's not one or the other that often fixes a body. You really have to understand this technology. You really have to understand that there's a few things, you know, Letitia also did a skio session with me, which helped her kind of reset her consciousness and understanding of why her body was expressing itself the way that it was. And she also felt that just getting that insight and realizing, oh my word, it's actually my environment that I need to change, and like ASAP before I'm going to get better. And that helped her even more. So when we look at our healing, it's important that we understand there's so many different facets. Hey, Letitia. And
absolutely.
I mean, and then not only that, let's talk about your wonderful place that you are creating in Knysna. Letitia has linked up with an incredible product as well, where she's going to help people that are overweight and need to really get their lifestyle in check and change a few things to truly start helping them on that wellness journey. So tell us a little bit about that too, Letitia.
Great. I will, Mandy. There's just something that I do want to sort of improvise or just state, that it's not an overnight thing. A lot of times I was used to just having a tablet and that could get me through the day, but I didn't realize what it was doing to my liver. So you do have to start, definitely, start at the beginning, start with the Aeon in the evening. That helped me to sleep. Work on the X39. It's not a miracle maker, but because, as you have explained, X39 goes to the body to where it needs to heal first. So although I thought, oh my goodness, it must heal my brain, it wasn't. It was actually healing my bladder and my kidneys. So just to throw that in, because I think that's quite important, because a lot of people in the beginning were saying, oh, but you use this and, you know, you're still getting sick, but it's a journey, and a physical and emotional journey, because metaphysically we manifest what's going on in our bodies. At the moment, I'm looking at having a retreat. Can you hear me? Okay.
I'm just going to say something before you continue, Letitia. That's a very interesting point that Letitia's brought up, that yes, it is a journey. And this is exactly what happens sometimes to people. They get a little impatient because they bought it because they want their brain to be fixed, because Letitia really struggled to, she didn't have much attention span. She really struggled to just function throughout the day.
Yeah.
When I went to Neisner to help them with training, she was really struggling to absorb the knowledge and just integrate what we were teaching her. And that's very important. So whilst you are starting this journey, you are going to find that unfortunately it's going to, or fortunately and unfortunately, it's going to fix the things that are required to fix first before you fix the things that you bought the patches for. So although you bought the patches for something specific, it's going to fix something, and all the things that it knows that are more broken than the thing you bought it for, it's got to fix underlying issues first before it's even going to help you with the others. So I think this is the hardest part, Letitia, is telling this to and explaining this to people, that just be patient, because it's going to help you truly in your entire body. I mean, you are activating stem cells throughout the body so that the body can start repairing the things that it hasn't had a chance to repair before, to really give you your vitality. And I must say, you know, I've seen you in interim through the year and a bit that I've actually met you, and you're looking amazing at the moment. You really are.
Oh, thank you. I'll send you a before. I'll send you a photo from when I first started. So yes, I still do get, but you know, first of all, I couldn't even drive to George without having Ritalin, and eventually I didn't want to drive anymore because the neuropaths, I would actually see a car coming, and then that was just too dangerous. Where now I feel a little bit more comfortable, and my brain, I do see things, I remember things. Yeah,
okay. And that's amazing.
Yeah, I would say it's 100 times better. Okay, so to tell you what I'm
also just quickly, and also just remember the time frame. So it's been a year, Letitia, that you've been using the patches. Yeah,
absolutely.
So this has not been 1 month. This has not been 2 months. This has been a year's journey up until this point. So you've got to keep that in mind. This is, and you know, that's a good point to make. It is a journey. Well-being is never going to be a quick fix. It's never going to be a magic wand. It is a slow process, and it's one step at a time. That's very important for us to really, like, you know, explain that in what we're doing today.
Absolutely. And you know, Lifewave wouldn't have come across my path if it wasn't supposed to help me. So it's just to believe in yourself, and just to believe that you will receive whatever you need to help you to go forward. So definitely Lifewave is amazing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a retreat. I'm going to make my home available as a retreat for people to come that have got diabetes, or that's obese, or that is sick. And with that, they're going to have treatments, they're going to have a meal plan, and therapists to just help them. I'm looking at buying one of the equipment that would actually help to diagnose, because it took forever. I think I was sick for 20 years before they actually found out that I had lupus, you know, or was diagnosed with lupus. I don't have to own it.
Yeah. So listen, for me, I think it's great. I think we'll give some information about Letitia's retreat. Beautiful home situated in Samoa. It is Samoa, right?
Yes.
In Samoa. Yeah. And she's going to have it's a week session, I think, for people who are wanting to come and just learn about how to change lifestyle. I mean, they will be able to get access for information around the patches, how to really support your well-being after you've left Letitia. Letitia's going to help you change your mindset, change, you know, the things that have brought you to that point where you're at your wit's end. I think, you know, Letitia's got a wonderful, she's been doing this for people before, she's just started up again, and I think it's a wonderful journey to help people when they feel like there's no way out. You get, you know, you get to a point in your well-being where you think, okay, well, you know, am I just going to end up being like this until I die one day? And that's a horrible place to be. So hats off to you, Letitia. And yes, she is going to have an incredible device. It's going to help people really pinpoint the health issues that they have so that they can really address them. And then you have the wonderful solutions that Letitia's got to quickly help them readjust and clean out the lymph. I think this is also another amazing thing, is to clean out the lymph, because it's all full of toxins. And we have the amazing glutathione to support what she's going to be doing for them as well. So yes, we'll leave her details above. You're more than welcome to get a hold of her if you're wanting to be come to her and be part of that retreat, and just maybe you just need to fine-tune what you've been doing so that you can have more support on your wellness journey as well, which is going to be great. So super. Thank you, Letitia, for joining us today and sharing your wonderful testimonial. We'll see you all soon again, and have a fantastic Monday.
Thanks, Mandy.
Bye.